Andy from The Office once said,
I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
"You're in the good old days right now." You know what I've noticed? I always have nostalgia for every part of my life. No matter what part it was, I think, dang, that was a good time of my life. That was a good time of my life. The present doesn't feel special until we're looking at it from a distance. There's a saying, travel doesn't become romantic until you return. You know, those good old days that you're thinking of, I bet you during those times, you may have been wishing, oh, I was doing this, I was doing X, Y, and Z. But the thing is, it's important to realize you're in the good old days always. You can try and make anything good. Now, obviously, people go through hard times, people go through hard stuff all the time. I bet you if you could talk to yourself during that version of the good old days, you may be wishing you had different things too. So, what I'm trying to say is, you can always wish you were somewhere else. Don't just focus on the good old days in life, back when X, Y, and Z, back when everything was so simple, back when I didn't have to worry about this. Because during those times, you were probably worrying about something else that right now you've accomplished, you've overcome that. You know, I keep a journal, and I always write down things that are happening in my life. But one thing I make sure to do is I never write down anything negative. I only write down the positive things. That way, when I look back, I realize, dang, my life had a lot of good in it. Because if you don't write down the negative things, you never remember them. At least in my opinion. Now, I do know negative things have happened. I remember very hard times in my life. But I still have a little bit of nostalgia for them. Forget about nostalgia. You see, nostalgia, it makes us forget about the hard parts and all the struggles. And we only remember the good parts, which is fine. It's good to remember the good parts. But don't forget, there's probably something good happening to you right now. Try and focus on the positives if you can. I think it'll help you a lot. That's something that's helped me a lot recently. Focus on the positive things in your life. Be thankful for what you have. Don't worry about it. Another thing too is I saw a podcast. He said, "You've already achieved goals that you said would make you happy. So what makes you think if you set more goals, those will make you happy?" I think a really hard thing to do, and it's honestly a skill, is finding happiness in the moment. Honestly speaking, every stage of life will become the good old days later on. So don't live your life thinking about the past, and don't live your life worrying about the future. Live your life focused on the present. Enjoy yourself as much as you can now, because, as a wise man once said, yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, today's a gift. That's why it's called the present.